Hey ScubaBoard, it's NetDoc. I'm here with DiveRite at the 2015 DEMA show in Orlando, Florida. We had a lot of fun, seen a lot of people. Of course, my favorite, your favorite, is DiveRite. And here we have the man of the hour, Lamar Hires, is going to tell us about their new reel. I showed you guys a couple pictures on the forum of this new reel, and that was a prototype. This is the real deal.
This is the production model right here. What we did was take our classic Sidewinder reel and added some features to it to make it more user-friendly. The key here was an ambidextrous lock, a slide lock, that you can push in either direction to unlock the spool and lock it back. High tensile stainless steel spring in it, and with an Teflon impregnated pull on it, so to keep it self-lubricating, so no lubrication is needed. And that locks and unlocks like that. Okay? A shackle snap, low profile on the side, and then also, once unlocked, when you spool it out, a self-centering knob here to, when you wind it up, will keep the line centered when it goes back in. Okay? Lock it, and then also new winding knob, better profile, easier to use, and then all of them are drilled and ready for a QRM, so if you want to snap a light in, you can.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Hey ScubaBoard, NetDoc again. We're still here with Lamar. There's so much to see in this booth. I've already done a lot about this rebreather, but it's just an awesome rebreather. I showed you the prototypes. We're beyond the prototype. Tell us what we got here, Lamar.
Well, this is our new rear-mounted lung setup with the rear-mounted lungs, but some basic features that we've added to the rebreather in general. So now we have a new Kydex cover, so it's a hard shell. Really makes it look more slim with this new cover on it. Kydex material, easily formable and very rugged. You might recognize it from gun holsters and stuff like that, military application for the cover. And then we have mechanisms like this. Because of the new cover, we can add a locking mechanism on the side so you can attach lights or dry suit bottles right to the cover and then lock it in place.
That's cool.
Now, moving on from there, these are the new rear-mounted lungs. And this right here is the full expedition rig, meaning it has an extra hose that goes to a manifold system so that if you needed to go for off-board drive on the dill, you plug in and it drives everything, including your BC.
Now say that again. It drives everything, including
the BC.
The BC, because most of them, once you do that, you're stuck.
Right. Once you go to an off-board solution, that off-board solution is so you can breathe, meaning you can add diluent to the loop. So what we've done here is add an option on the expedition rig, so that it goes to a manifold and you can drive everything. So you can drive your BC, your trim pillow, your dry suit, anything that you had plugged into your dill is still operational when you change out the feed line from there to whatever you do. And this has a check valve in it, so you can have it unplugged and not worry about water getting into the system.
Way cool.
Okay. The rear-mounted lungs, the way they're set up, mounted behind you, and one of the neat features on our version of the rear-mounted lungs is one, I've put a water trap into the exhaust side, so there's a water trap in here, so that when water does get in, it'll drop down into the bottom where it's captured, and then through this variable dump valve, leave it wide open while diving. All you have to do is inflate, and it will automatically drain the water.
Cool.
Hands-free. You don't have to touch anything or pull any strings to dump the water from the unit. So it'll do it automatically. So that was one of the little things I wanted to work out with the rebreather. Rear-mounted lungs was be able to have what I wanted as a convenient way to be able to get water out of the unit in minutes, which was putting a water trap and a hands-free valve.
And one of the greatest things about DiveRite is that they take care of the little stuff. Like there's bungees all over, making sure everything's nice and tight.
Keep the hoses tucked in.
There's nothing really just hanging about, waiting for something to snag it to happen. Because you know, when you think about snags, you think about how inconvenient it is. That's a lot of wear, a lot of strain on the cables, and it's easy to snap something inside the cable and not know it until, of course, you have a failure going on.
Yeah, I like to keep everything tucked in and nice, just as if, you know, just like with cave diving, want everything streamlined. So we pay great attention to detail to make everything Make sure everything is pulled in tight so there's nothing dangling out there to get caught on there.
Danglies are evil.
Yes.
Okay, ScubaBoard, we're here with Lamar Hires from DiveRite again. We're at the 2015 DEMA show in Orlando, Florida. And hey, Lamar's got a bright idea.
Well, this is our new LX20 light. And what we've done is we wanted to design a light that would be as powerful as the handheld, as the canister lights that the cave divers use. One of the problems with doing that was the fact that they either would not last long or they wouldn't be as bright. This right here is as bright as a canister light and burns for 4 hours at full power.
Wow. And how many lumens?
Lumens, it's 1,000 lumens, but it's been focused to give you over 20,000 lux. So it's brighter than what it appears to be for the actual drive that you've got. Okay?
That's amazing.
One more switch and now it's half power. And one more switch, it's a strobe. So it's designed not just for cave diving, but also for open water diving, putting it on the bottom of an anchor line and strobing it. And it comes complete with our soft hand mount. So you can wear it on the back of your hand so you can have hands free. Works out really good when you're trying to do things, getting a lobster, or actually in a cave and playing with a reel. You can push the light, get it out of the way.
I actually have the soft hand mount as well as this mount on my helmet, so that when I'm going to go play with something, it comes off my hand, goes on my helmet, and it's held on my helmet while I'm sitting there tying off, doing whatever. And if I don't have a buddy, especially if I'm solo diving in a cave, it's just awesome for me to not have it on my hand.
Oh yeah, and this is also the same, this is the QRM, the same thing that goes on our reels. So if you're running a reel, you can actually just clip it into the side of the reel and hold the reel by the light while you're reeling.
Oh, that's cool.
So, you know, it takes care of all this. I need more hands.
And we all need more hands, or you need a QRM, which stands for?
Quick Release Mount.
Quick Release Mount. See, I was going to call it module, but then I'm from automotive, you know, the automotive background. Again, thanks, Lamar. That's awesome.